Hey everyone. Yeah, I thought I'd come out here and give my thoughts, 2 cents if you will. Brock Lesnar versus Jinder Mahal. Now, on television, it's not officially been confirmed yet that this is going to happen, but pretty much from what we saw last night on SmackDown Live, from what Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez and just about anybody else has reported, this match is indeed going to be going down. And it's going to be going down to so much, and it's going to be going down so much to the fact that even Dalyxman, who was planning to make a weekend out of it, is only going to go see NXT TakeOver War Games and pretty much skip Survivor Series only to watch it at home. OTRS Central has pretty much voiced their disapproval over it and pretty much said that this is the match you would go and take a crap on. In other words, this would be your BRB break. And it's hard to argue with them. Even the Solomonster says that this could be a terrible disaster. But the question is why? Why is this match happening? But do you not have any legitimate contenders for Brock Lesnar? Do you not have any legitimate contenders for Jinder Mahal? Last I checked last night, you have one in AJ Styles. Last I checked, from what word has been said, Finn Balor is the next opponent for Brock. So you're telling me that instead of going in both of those directions, you'd rather sidestep them for the time being and go towards Brock versus Jinder with no championships on the line, for just brand supremacy. You know what? This pretty much confirms my opinion, my theory. My theory and opinion is I think Vince McMahon, with all due respect, he has mental flashbacks. Hear me out. You see, what I'm talking about is a condition that we all do have to take seriously, because it's a real life deal. The condition is, when you get older to a certain age, depending on when it happens, when it hits, you start flashing back and thinking you're back in another time. Your mind makes you think you're back in another era, another decade, another year. And thus, by making you think that, it causes you to make rash decisions. So, my opinion, in theory, might be confirmed here. Could Vince McMahon be experiencing these kind of episodes? Could he be, at times, experiencing these kind of flashback episodes where he thinks he's back either in the 1990s or 80s and figures that this match is going to work today? Is Vince McMahon having these kind of episodes to where he flashes back and he looks at Brock and he goes, "Oh, there's Brock." And he looks at Jinder and says, "Oh, there's the Iron Sheik, Jinder. And Hulk and Brock and Jinder should beat a Survivor Series because that's going to make money. It'll draw people in because it's 2017. Is he having those kind of moments? Because if he is having those kind of moments, I worry. Because if he's having those moments where he's visually seeing somebody as somebody from the past and another person as somebody from the past and figures that's going to work, then he might as well hope to God we have a freaking time machine what I'm saying is he might as well hope to God that the government has some kind of secret time machine, because he might want to go into that time machine, go back to 1985 and stay there. Because Vince, this is not 1985. This is not 1987. This is 2017. Fans do not want to see Brock Lesnar, Jinder Mahal. They don't want to see that. Even if it's brand versus brand non-title, nobody wants to see that. And hopefully Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar have enough sense to at least go to Vince McMahon and say, no, this is not going to work. Because here's why fans don't like this idea at all. Here's why. Brock Lesnar, since he's been back, has had what? 1, 2, 3 losses at most? Most of the time, he has steamrolled, with a few exceptions, steamrolled the competition he's been against, with a few exceptions, on his way to victory. Actually, I should say it was Cena, Taker, Triple H, go. So about 4 losses. He's had about 4 losses since he's been back in WWE, right? And he's mostly steamrolled, maybe with a few bumps in the road, stiff competition-wise. He's basically steamrolled the competition, and with the exception of those 4 losses, is almost virtually undefeated since he's been back. So, you're telling me with respect to that WWE and Vince McMahon mostly expect fans and people to attend the arena, attend Survivor Series, is he expects them to come to this event and believe that Brock Lesnar can have a decent match with Jinder Mahal. Again, I don't know if Vince is having flashback episodes, but this is not the way to go. Now, if they are doing this to basically... Now, here's the thing. Some people may argue and say, well, they're doing it because they got to fill up time. Both men need to be with their championships. Mostly Jinder has to be with his championship during the tour of India, and then maybe he'll drop it afterwards. I think Dalyxman said it best. Why is WWE focusing on one country? Why? Because they have a majority of the human population in the country? What is it, 1.2 billion, 2.2 billion people living in India? Is that why? You think 2.2 billion... What, does Vince McMahon think 2-point-something billion people are going to tune in and say, go Jinder! And they're going to tune in, subscribe to WWE Network and go say, go Jinder! Is he thinking and hoping that's going to happen? No, it's not. And yeah, you may have gotten Jinder a lot of press and everything on his trip during his trip to India recently, but it's not going to matter in the long run, because reports are whatever experiment you're doing with Jinder is backfiring. So I don't know why they're thinking of doing this match. Mostly, when you think about this is going to be a glorified squash match. Yeah. Here's what's going to happen. Brock's going to get in the ring. Singh brothers are going to try to interfere and attack. He's going to annihilate them. That's going to leave Jinder alone. He's going to take Jinder to Suplex City. F5, 1, 2, 3, done. And if that's WWE's plan, fine. Where do you go with Jinder from here? You know, I just thought of it. What if WWE is smarter than we think? What if they are smarter than we thought? What if they are actually putting this match together so that Jinder on camera and in front of the world gets annihilated, and then that plays into storyline mode to where he's so beat up and injured from being in the ring with Brock that makes him easy prey in storyline context for someone like an AJ Styles to beat him. Is this how you're going to get the belt off him? To basically have him go in the ring against Brock Lesnar, get annihilated, and then from a storyline perspective, have someone like AJ Styles go up against him and beat him for the title, and his lame excuse is, oh, I wasn't 100% ready. I'm still injured from what Brock Lesnar did to me. Is that how you're going to get the belt off him? Is that how? I just don't get this. I mean, if that's how WWE's going to start the road to getting the belt off Jinder before or I don't know, the start of the new year, fine. You pretty much kill any possible network subscribers in India. Pretty much you kill that. You kill any momentum he had doing that India tour, or in that upcoming India tour, and even afterwards. But you know what? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised WWE, if this is how they're planning to get the belt off Jinder, I'm not surprised they're going in this direction. I mean, are you telling me, is WWE telling me and everybody else that the only way Jinder's going to lose, even with the help of the Singh brothers, is if he loses to someone from another brand? It's stupid. It's really stupid. I mean, what is Jinder? I mean, here's the thing. Brock Lesnar has 2 tough matches against Samoa Joe and Braun Strowman, and yet you decide that to repay Brock and to repay Jinder for all he's done to get the India eyes on the product is to put them in a match together, pretty much feeding Jinder to Brock Lesnar and pretty much giving Brock a freaking off day doing Survivor Series. I mean, this is why nobody takes this match seriously, because they pretty much see various outcomes afterwards. The various outcomes that can occur afterwards. Like, in Jinder's case, they see that this is like maybe the first step in getting the belt off him. It's like, what sense does this make? What sense does this make? It makes none. Really. Because, like I said, Jinder, it's like, you know, I can't even say anything now. It's like, I think Dalyxman and OTR Central have said it best. It's like, this match does not need to happen. You know, because what? You want to do brand supremacy? You want to basically use Brock representing Raw to face and defeat Jinder, thus proving Raw still a superior show? It's like, come on, this is stupid. This is stupid. I mean, Vince, like I said, this is not the 1980s anymore. Brock is not Hulk Hogan and Jinder's not the Iron Sheik. Get over it. Wake up. You know, the only way this match is salvageable is if it's in the middle of the freaking card. That's it. Paul Heyman, I know, would say Brock's always the main event and it's going to close out the show. No. This cannot close out the show. It cannot. Because you know what's going to happen? I'll tell you what's going to happen. People like me are going to get up from the seats and they're going to do this. Bye-bye. They're going to do this. They're going to go, bye-bye. And up the stairs they go. And out of the arena. That's what they're going to do. All because they want to close out the show with Lesnar and Mahal. Stupid. Again, I don't know why they're coming up with this idea. I mean, and like I mentioned, the various outcomes, what does it really do? It's basically an off day for Brock Lesnar. Because I think even Brock's joking, laughing at the fact that, wait a minute. Because I can just imagine how Brock Lesnar's thinking right now. He's probably thinking, wait a minute. They want me to go in the ring with this guy that pretty much was a jobber for most of his career, and now all of a sudden is on top because he's champion and all that? I mean, come on. Brock's probably getting a laugh out of this. Yeah, he'll get a huge pay. He'll do the match because he's going to get a huge payday out of it. But he's probably laughing all the way to the bank. You know, it's not going to matter what you do. It's not going to matter how many sneak attacks you have, Jinder tried to do on Brock or whatever. It's not going to work. It's not going to happen. You could try to say, oh, it's going to be competitive. No, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Pretty much this is the crap break that Jeff Siegel, the Schleg Daddy, talks about. This is pathetic. This is really pathetic on WWE's part to do this. And hopefully WWE wakes up and realizes this. You know what I think is going to happen? You think the Yes Movement caused the change. You're going to have people saying hashtag no to Lesnar and Mahal. Hashtag no to Lesnar versus Mahal. No to it. Hashtag no to Lesnar versus Mahal. And you know what? Get that trending, and hopefully WWE will hopefully change their mind and be like, you know what? We can't do this match. It'd make more sense to put Jinder on freaking Owens' team and Lesnar on Shane's team for Survivor Series. Makes more sense that way. You know, and speaking of Shane and Owens, unless they're planning to make this a War Games weekend and decide, you know what, let's keep the two wings, let's keep the War Games cage, let's use that for the Team Shane versus Team Owens match of Survivor Series, and close out the show with that, then fine. I'm sure a lot of us can sit through, or at least go walk the dog, go to the grocery store, take a smoke, take a piss, take a crap break doing Lesnar and Mahal, if it's going to get us to a War Games match between Shane's team and Kevin Owens' team. But honestly, WWE, you need to reconsider what you're doing. Because the reason people are not happy about this is you're taking essentially a glorified jobber that you only made champion because you're trying to you're basically trying to appeal to the mass audience in India, which is backfiring on you right now. And you're basically putting him up against a guy that, with the exception of 4 losses, is basically undefeated since he's been back. WWE, what's going through that mind of yours? Vince McMahon, what's going through that mind of yours? This is not going to... You want to talk about empty arenas? You put this match on last, and what the empty arenas are the half-filled arenas that you have for SmackDown at times, and Raw sometimes, are probably going to pale in comparison to what people do at the Toyota Center. So, WWE, I hope you reconsider. And anybody else watching, hashtag no to Lesnar Mahal. Let's get that trending, because honestly, this match cannot happen. And the only way it'll probably happen is if it happens in the middle of the show, and it's that piss crap break that people need, and it basically is there to help us, and it's basically there so we could tolerate it if we have to, and it gets us to possibly a War Games match between Shane McMahon's team and Kevin Owens' team to close out the show. That's the only way I see it happening. So Vince McMahon, WWE, wake up. This ain't gonna work. And Vince, it's time for you to wake up, get some help, because this ain't 1985. Brock Lesnar isn't Hulk Hogan, and Jinder isn't the Iron Sheik. Get over it. Let me know what you guys think down below.